everyone, Vita's a free to hear back from How to Play. Today we're looking at how to play the game Mandala, which is for 2 players specifically from Look At Games and designed by Trevor Benjamin and Brett J. Gilbert. I don't know if there's another artist involved. That says here it's got exceptional components, 2 fast-paced turns and high replay value. It's for 2 players. Each to set it up takes about 20 minutes. Designs by Atelier 198. Illustrations and design. And this came out in 2019, I believe. It's a slightly older game. It's not that old. I just got this on Amazon recently. It's a really cool game. There is a newer version out that you can get that plays up to 4 players called Flowers, a Mandala game. Same kind of concept, but slightly different. In this game, you get 2 reference cards, which tell you what you can do in your turn, which is basically 3 things. And then you got the cards. There's a bunch of cards here. There is 110 playing cards. They come in 6 different colors: orange, red, purple, green, black, and yellow. And they're square. And they are just a smooth plastic card finish. A little bit hard to riffle shuffle. Just don't riffle shuffle too many at once, I guess. Then you can mix them up. You also get this nice cloth mat that has 2 mandalas on it. In the middle here is the mountain, and on either side each player has a field. And then we have each player also has a river and a cup. And basically you're going to be playing cards into each mandala, either onto the mountain or your side of the field. Once all 6 colors are present, then you will take turns taking cards from the mountain and putting them into your river, starting with number 1, 2, and all the way to 6 if you can. And that is how many points that color is going to be worth. So if I have at some point in time purple on 4, every purple card I have in my cup is going to be worth 4 points. At the end, whoever has the most points wins the game, and the game will continue until one person has filled out all 6 of these. At least one person. If you both do it, hey, that's great. So you got the nice reference cards as well. Whoops, as I throw it away. Of course I do. And the whole idea of this is this mandala is a symbol of an ancient and sacred ritual. Colored sand is laid to create a symbolic map of the world before the pattern is ceremoniously destroyed and the sand cast into the river. An ever-repeating cycle of life, death, and rebirth. And that's what's kind of going to be happening there. You play cards into the mountain and your field. Once all 6 cards are present, you cast them to the river and start anew. So, kind of cool. So you set this up between 2 players. I'll be on this side, you can be on the other side, or vice versa. You shuffle all these sand cards, what they're called. Place them face down beside the mat as a draw pile. I'll just leave it here, or whatever. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to place 2 cards on each of the mandalas to kind of seed them, to start them off. So we have purple and orange, purple and, well, purple, okay? We can put these 2 together on one pile. You can only play each color once into each circle, so we cannot play, neither one of us can play purple or orange on this one, and we can't play purple on that one, so we're a little bit stuck until we can play for purple. So everyone will get a overview card, and they're each going to draw 6 cards from the deck. Into our hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We also get to start with 2 randomly drawn cards in our cup, face down. I don't know what they are, but already we're getting points, at least 1 or 2 points, well, at least a couple of points, right? Depending on what we get there. So on your turn, you have 3 possible actions you can do. Number 1, you can build the mountain. You can play exactly 1 card onto one of the mountains. If it matches, if it's a purple, you play it on the purple. You can do that. And I got quite a few purple. And then when you play a card into the mountain, let's say I do play a purple onto this one, then you get to draw up to 3 cards from the draw pile. So yeah, why not? I'll do 3 cards. Really makes no sense not to draw 3 cards. You can draw just 1 if you want, or 2. But hey, the more cards, the more options you get. That's one thing you could do. Play a card to the mountain. And then you get to draw cards. You can also grow your field. When you do this, you cannot draw any cards at the end of your turn. And you're always going to check at the end of your turn if you completed a mandala, that is, played the 6th color into it. So my opponent's looking at his cards here. He decides, you know what? I'm going to play all these yellow cards, actually, into this field. And then that's the turn. They do not get to draw any cards. So it comes back to me. And I decide, okay, maybe I'll play cards into my field on this side here. And again, you don't draw any cards. Now my opponent cannot play green on this one. They cannot play purple on either. So maybe they just decide to play green on this mountain, allowing them to draw up to 3 cards. And then it comes back to me. And maybe I play a yellow on this mountain. Since he's played all his yellows, might as well play them here. The reason for playing cards in your field is because once you get all 6 cards in here, whoever has the most cards in their field gets to draw from these first to put into their scoring pile. So into the river and into their cup. So you kind of want to do that. So this guy's going to go. He's going to play, maybe he plays yellow. I have to draw 3 more cards. And up to 3 cards. And I'm going to go, and maybe I play a black onto here and draw 3 cards. And he's going to go, and maybe he decides to play these blacks here. And since he played this side, he does not draw back up. But now we've completed the mandala. We got all 6 colors. So again, that's the first thing you're going to do. There's one more option while you can do your turn. As you can simply discard cards from your hand. I'll explain that in a minute. We completed the mandala, so we'll look at that phase. That is part of the wheel of color. I'll explain that. So when you're building, there is a wheel of color. You can only have one of each color. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we don't have 6 colors yet. So I getting a little bit overexcited. But you can only have one of each color of sand in a mandala at any time. But anyways, another thing you can do in your turn if you want is you can simply discard cards. They have to be the same color, and then you draw back up that many. So you're playing cards to a mountain, your field, or discarding. If you play in a mountain, you can draw up to 3. If you play in your field, you don't get to draw anything. And if you discard, you get to draw up that many. So maybe I play this black one over here. I draw up to 3 cards. Finally we get red. That's the color that was missing. He's going to go. He's going to play, maybe he plays orange in here. I need to draw some cards. And then I'm going to go, and I'm going to play the red onto this side. So now we got all 6 colors. This mandala is done. We're going to pause, and we're going to look at what happens next. And so once we've done all 6 colors, we complete the mandala. And now we have to destroy the mandala, starting with whoever played the most cards in their field. That would be me. I get to take cards from here. If we happen to have a tie, let's say we both have 3 cards in our field, then it's going to be whoever was the previous player, not me. If I'm the last one to play, it would be my opponent that would get to go first. So it's whoever did not play the last card in the mandala would choose first if there is a tie. But since there is no tie, I get the most cards. I get to go first, and maybe I take orange. So you're going to take from these one, put them here, in whichever is the first available spot, and then the other can go into your score pile. My opponent's going to go. He takes the yellow maybe. I'll put it into his number 1. Puts this over here. And then I'm going to get the last one, the purple. And then these cards all get discarded. And this mountain we can start anew. So eventually, you're going to have, a bunch of cards in your score pile. Something like that. Let's just say, boom, that was our score pile. Once one person has gotten all 6 of these filled out, the game ends. The game can also be triggered by going through the entire deck. The end of the game, that is. Sorry. Yeah, it does say it ends once that is exhausted. So what happens is the game can end if you run out of cards in the draw pile. What you'll do is you'll shuffle up the discard, create a new draw pile, and then you will play until the next time a mandala is completed. So if we completed the next mandala, then that would be the end of the game. Otherwise, it ends once one person has gotten 6 of these filled out. And once you've added a 6th card to a river. And then once that happens, you're just going to continue to go for whatever cards are left in that mountain, the mandala that is being destroyed. So if we have, let's say, these cards here, and I take the 6th one, we'll just complete this one. My opponent would get these ones, and then the game would end. So those are the way it ends. Either you run out of cards, and then you just complete that mandala after a shuffle with the discard pile, or you get 6 of these. Then you move on to scoring. And so it's going to put cards. I'm going to have to scooch this up. Let's just say I got all these cards here. And what you're going to do, you're supposed to put the cards under here. I'll just put them above, actually. We'll shift this back done. And so you're going to separate each color. Again, if I get my 6th one, they might only have 4 or 5. They're not going to necessarily have 6. Unless we both get 6 at the same time. So then you'll score. This first one, orange, is worth 1 point, as per the points on here. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. 2 points each, so that's 6. 3 points each, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. 4 points each, that's 20. This is 5 points each, so I got 15 there. And this is 1 for 6 points, and that's the game. It's a really cool game. Pretty simple, straightforward. You just playing cards and then collecting cards and scoring. Beautiful artwork on the mat and everything, and the cards. It's very nice. I do recommend it. That is that. Mandala. Comment, like, subscribe, whatever you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.